I want your loving and I want your revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. I don't want to be friends. I want your bad romance. Hi. So I've recorded this video like 7 different times, and I'm gonna keep trying to like get one right, but I want it to be quick and direct and honest. So here are my points. I do not hook up. I have hooked up many times in the past, and by hookup I mean like a sexual friendly interaction that is not related to an emotional relationship that has been discussed. Basically what I'm trying to say is I only am intimate with men I'm in a relationship with. I also do have sugar daddies. So if my clothes ever come off, there's probably money on a table somewhere. That's it. No, let me rephrase that. If my clothes are off, there is money on a table somewhere and I'm stripping. Benefactor. But I know in the queer community and in the trans community, and as a millennial, hooking up is kind of our thing. And those who know me know that I'm hypersexual, and hooking up is something that I've always advocated for in a healthy way. I'm into, I've always advocated for open communication and freedom of expression, body, art, you name it. But I've had to stop hooking up, and I wanted to explain why. So a few days ago, one of my friends told me that this guy texted her that it was an ex of hers that she was seeing again. And he said, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you." And that's something that all women probably hear at some point. We've all gone through the "I love you, but I'm not in love with you." And I think, I'm gonna bet everyone goes through that at some point. Unrequited love sucks. And I've done unrequited love a couple of times in my life. And right now, I just went through it what feels like twice in a row. So in 2018, I was on dating apps and I met a boy named Dylan, and he became my boyfriend for a little while. And our relationship was open because we weren't really sexually compatible. So he would allow me to spend time with other men to get what I wanted. Turns out I should never date a man I'm not sexually compatible with. You probably shouldn't either. But like, you'll figure that out when you do, and then it doesn't work. So then I tried to date the guy I was sleeping with, well, there was a couple of guys I was sleeping with while I was dating him. But the first one was a friend we were good friends. We'll call him C. And C and I spent a lot of time together 2019 after Dylan and I were done making music and working on stuff, and our relationship progressed in a few directions. I fell for him, and he ended up bringing a girl to my birthday, January 5th, 2020. Before I met Dylan, before I met C, I met E. He is just this super cool dude, and we weren't friends at first. He was another guy I would hook up with while I had a boyfriend, because I wasn't sexually compatible with my boyfriend. And then he was in and out of town a lot, and then also had a girlfriend, so I didn't see him much. And then this last year, I never took the initiative to ask him about his personal life, and we just kept hooking up constantly. I was trying to fuck him like at least once a week, all year, most of the year. Texting him all the time. We're always texting songs. We both do the same thing. He's an amazing, amazing person. And then in October, he texts me, "My ex is back in town and we're dating." But what he said is that the text was something like, "A friend just asked me to be her boyfriend officially." And I was like, what? Girls can ask boys to be their boyfriend? I didn't know I could do that. And also I don't want to do that because I'm a submissive, and I didn't think that being a submissive meant that I could ask. I'm an idiot. Anyways, but that's neither here nor there, right? Because if this man wanted me, he would have said something, and he didn't. He just kept f***ing me and enjoying my friendship and stuff until his ex came back. You know, I only hooked up with this guy last year. I didn't have other, friends with benefits, and I sing and I write and I work out constantly, and I just focused on my craft, which keeps me from really being able to commit fully to a relationship. And I think which is why most men are afraid to get closer to me, because there's all of these distractions that I have. One of them is my career, and this guy that I was just telling you about. We all want the same career. I fall for these guys because we have great sex and we want the same things, but I just can't seem to figure out how to feel worthy to be with someone when these men I keep going for will never make a move because they are only with me because I am the fun while their girlfriend is out of town, you know, or they're in between cis girls. I'm so lonely, and I kept feeling this loneliness as if it was a personal, like I'd failed. I experienced the sensation of lonely as failure. I just can see the future, and I'm seeing other girls living this life, and it's like, if I just keep letting men wander in and out of my life, I will never be able to invest the time in one man who sticks around, because there's so many moving parts. So I'm just clearing the table, clearing the roster, as they said in that movie with Nicki Minaj and Cameron Diaz. I really fell for that guy, but like, it isn't that men ain't shit, because there's some great men out there, and I believe that I'm a great girl, and I believe that he's a great guy. He's the shit. I'm not gonna sit here and dog him. I never sat down my boundaries, and I'm also very aware of the world that I live in that dictates the media that tells you that my big shoulders and small hips and my transness make me something your parents wouldn't want to have to deal with. And I've dealt with my ex Dylan's parents hated me. They didn't hate me. They liked who I was. They didn't like what was going on with me. And it was just like, we'll never do that again. No more hookups. My body really is a temple. Like, look, let me just, I'm in a little tiny dress because this is my favorite thing to wear. Let me just give you a little, like, look at this. Look at that figure. You think I'm just gonna give this to just any old dude? No, of course not. As a trans girl, we're convinced to think that if we let people use us, there might be a chance that they'll want us long-term one day, and that never happens. He's never gonna want you. He's only trying to f you so he can have sex before a cis girl comes back into his life. If I meet somebody, 3 months before I'm intimate with them. It's annoying. 90 days. It seems like a long time when you say 3 months, seems like a short time when you say 90 days. I put that in, so I started doing that in 2019. There's all these guys, I was like, I'm not touching any of them, none of them, because I was still dating C, kind of, and I was obsessed with him. But I had, at that time, been like, I'm not hooking up with any, God, I've been doing this for, it's like 2 years. Wow. It's just like all these men who've been in my life for a minute, just slowly just disappearing. But I'd really like, the next time I'm intimate with a man, it to be one of those things where we're both really excited about it. Because we've been anticipating, we've talked about this, and I really want to go on a date with a man before he puts his dick in my mouth. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not having intimate relationships with anybody. I don't want to be touched anymore. I feel so used, and I think, all this great sex will keep him, or I'll make some food, or I'll do, you know, I'll be the funniest, nicest girl. I dress the best. I have the best body, the best ass. Look at my shiny hair. None of it's gonna make him stay. None of it's gonna make him stay. The tea is I want to worship a man so bad. I would worship that man. And I would need him to do the same to me. I need a king. Just an update. No more hookups. No hookups 21. No makeup. No, I'll be putting makeup on. Don't worry about it. I miss my lashes.